Let's start first with that women's 100. What do you expect to see of Elaine Thompson-Herah, Fraser-Pryce, Shrika Jackson, the big three from Jamaica? Marie-Jose Tolu is in there as well. Is the world record vulnerable, Gordon?
Well, I keep on predicting every time for a lot of these sprint events. I keep on predicting a disappointment, right? I'm waiting for, because you don't want to expect something and then you get the opposite and then you feel really deflated. So I always expect negative. And then when we see a 10.54, I'm like, whoa, that was awesome. I thought it was only going to be a 10.7 race. So I'm tempted to say that again. I think we're going to get disappointed and get a 10.7. Everyone's going to be thinking world record, but then it turns out to be a 10.7. And we're like, But I also could be like, hey, maybe we do see a new PB from her and see a 10.50 or something like that. And she keeps riding this train. I guess, what is your mentality, right? You just won an Olympic double. You just ran 10.54, an incredible PB. You just silenced the loudest voice in the room in Sha'Carri. What else does she have to prove, right? I guess the ultimate thing to prove is run 10.48. But
yeah,
I always think about this with athletes when they're at the very top. Like when Rudisha was on his run, Mo Farah was doing his thing, and you could think about that for current athletes. Like what does Sydney McLaughlin have to prove now? She just broke the world record and won Olympic gold. When you're at the top, what motivates you? And for some athletes, I guess 10.49 is what motivates you.
Yeah. And there's no guarantee you're going to get back to this spot again. Now, I don't know if that's how she views it or pro athletes in general view it, but that's the reality. There's no guarantee that these opportunities are going to be here again when you're in this good of shape. So I think you go for it. The question is, you're dealing with 5/100ths of a second at this point. So everything needs to go perfect, but also conditions need to be perfect.
Yeah.
And fast track at pre, you had the tailwind. You could have more of a tailwind here, and you have a plus, right at 2.0 and get an even better set of conditions. But odds are that stuff evens out at a certain point. Competition will still be good because she's going to, with Fraser-Pryce right there, she's going to have someone pushing her. She's going to have someone who's a fast starter right next to her. I just think it's great, and we shouldn't take for granted that this is happening because you have the two of the best in the world in the women's 100s going at it time and time again. Now, Thompson-Herah's obviously separated herself, but if we got this in any other event, like the women's 100 has been doing this for years. We just haven't really been paying attention. And if this type of thing happened in the men's 100, imagine if Bolt and Blake just went at each other after the Olympics, after the summer, which didn't happen. And you had them barely racing and people making the argument that it was actually good for the sport because when they did race, it was special. No, this is good. No. They're both amazing. I love to watch them run. Let's see them do it again in Lausanne. The world record, I think, is in play. It has to be if you're 5/100ths away. But as I mentioned, the conditions need to be very favorable for it to happen. But I'm not counting out Thompson-Herah with anything this year.
Okay. You ready for my take? This is what's going to happen.
Okay.
I think Shelly-Ann beats Thompson-Herah.
Well, that was my you're 1 meet behind me. You're 1 meet behind me.
I know, but I'm going for it now. I think Shelly-Ann beats Thompson-Herah. I think it's a 10.7 race.
Okay.
That's what I think.
This is literally exactly what I said for pre. But the difference was, and it was a 10.7 race for everybody except Thompson-Herah, who made it a 10.5 race. I'm done picking against her. I'm gonna pick her to win. I don't think world record. I don't think, but
no. I was looking at the weather. It's gonna be cold.
There you go.
The Thursday forecast, high of 74, low of 53.
Yeah.
I feel like that's it's gonna be at night, right? So it's gonna be it's probably be like 60s because it'll be nighttime. The sun will be set. It's not gonna be hot. You need to be hot. I feel like we're gonna be disappointed. I do think though it's not out of the question. I think maybe I think we have a chance to see it potentially get close to it in the Diamond League final. I think Elaine Thompson will be on all cylinders there.